I like cake. I like having cake and I like eating my cake, preferably a Victoria sponge or an upside down pineapple cake. And this Volkswagen Golf GTE, excuse the tenuous link, is the GTI equivalent of having a cake and eating it. It gives you 245 horsepower, same as a pre-facelift Mk8 Golf GTI, but with a plug-in hybrid setup, so it's more economical. In this video, we're going to find out how close it gets to giving you Golf GTI thrills in a more environmentally friendly package. Here are some slow-mo blue tartan seat shots to whet your appetite while we talk more about this particular car's price. This Mk8 Golf GTE cost 41.5 grand. It now has 4,200 miles under its wheels and now costs 25 grand. It's lost 16 grand in 9 months. So yeah, it is a used car bargain. Now, as I've alluded to, this isn't the latest Mark 8.5 facelift of the Golf GTE, it's just the Mark 8. So that's a 1.4 petrol and it's got a 13 kilowatt hour battery, so it can do about 30 miles in the real world on electric power alone. The GTE was massively improved with the 8.5 facelift, so it got 1.5 litre petrol engine and a bigger battery, so it can do 60 miles plus on electric power. Plus it can fast charge and it's a bit more powerful as well, about 272 horsepower. This is 245. But let's check out the rest of it. Now, the GTE sits near the top of the Golf range alongside the GTI and the GTD diesel version. And that's why it's got a blue stripe across the front. You get a red one on a GTI, continues into the headlights as well. Now, being a near top spec one, you get LED headlights. You've got this cool light signature in there as well. My favorite touch though is the checkered flag fog lights. Now, you shouldn't be driving around with your front fog lights on unless the visibility is less than 100 meters or you're just a bit of an asshat, frankly, but that does look cool. Now, the facelift of this car, which came out in 2024, didn't really make a massive change to the outside of the Golf, but it did make a big change in here. The facelift got a much bigger, easier to use, faster, more responsive infotainment system. This screen in here is smaller. It's okay to use. It's got wireless CarPlay, but it's just not as snappy or as impressive as the latest version. But I still get digital dashboard. The steering wheel's got the haptic buttons of hatred on, which got eliminated in the Mark 8.5 facelift. So they're a bit of a faff. When you're doing 3-point turns, you can accidentally turn up the stereo and things like that. And also, you've got the sliders of doom on this pre-facelift car, which aren't backlit. But otherwise, it is quite nice in here. I've got a wireless charger for my phone there, some adjustable cup holders that operate on this cool button here, plenty of sensible storage spaces, which are felt lined in the door bin areas. And yeah, it's just a Golf. Everything is easy to use. It's just a shame they got rid of so many physical buttons and stuffed all the functions in that screen. But this GTE, it wants you to know it's a little bit sporty, which is why these blue tartan seats hark back to the original Golf GTI Mark I of the, is it the early 1980s, late 1970s? So yeah, blue tartan effect on the seats. They're nice and huggy. It does feel a bit sporty in here, but not quite as sporty as the GTI of the red bits. In the back, it's standard Golf, so we've got back doors. You can only get a Golf with back doors these days, and the flying electric Scotsman vibe continues with the tartan here as well. I've got 2 USB-Cs, I've got rear climate controls there, and I've got some pockets up here for storing odds and sods, and one down there as well. Felt line door bins, even in the back, and even though I'm 6'3", I fit back here. I've got headroom, I've just about got knee room, and I've got loads of foot room. So it's pretty good, actually. Your middle seat passenger's got transmission tunnels. Their feet aren't really going to fit if you've got big passengers either side of them. And in the middle, I've got a handy armrest with cup holders built in, and you've got easily found ISOFIX points, which is behind these little flaps down here, so you don't lose clips when you take the covers off. It's great, it's well thought out, and it's roomier than you might think. Now I'm at the stage in my life and career where I've slightly run out of things to say about the back end of Volkswagen Golf, so I'm going to talk about the parking sensors instead, because that's more interesting. It's got front and rear parking sensors as standard on this GT model, and obviously they're all automatics. Now, you open the boot like this, using that, it's a manually opening boot, and you might notice, if you look under here, there's no space. That's because batteries are under there for a plug-in hybridness. And that means you've got 100 litres less boot space than in a petrol Golf, 275 litres. That this bit is still boxy and useful, but you're going to have to carry your charging cable in there if you take it out with you. So you've not actually got an awful lot of space. Not good. Right, when you hop in the Golf GTE, it does just feel like most other Golfs, apart from these seats, which are very comfortable and really quite huggy. Now, the hybrid system in this GTE is 245 horsepower in total. That's made up of 150 horsepower from the petrol engine, 110 horsepower from the electric motor. So yeah, it's got the same power and torque as a GTI, which means on this cold road on cold tyres, it's getting quite a lot of wheel spin. And it does certainly feel quick up to a point, but it hasn't really got the same continued shove as a Golf GTI's 2-litre petrol engine. And that's also really because this weighs nearly 180 kilos more than the Golf GTI. The battery alone is 135 kilos in this, which does just blunt performance a bit. And it doesn't feel as sharp at the front end either. So no, it doesn't really have the same gusto as a GTI. It doesn't make you want to attack a back road in the same way. But compared to a normal Golf, it's definitely hotter. It definitely does feel a little bit sporty and a little bit special. I'd say if you are looking for a driving experience that's 7 out of 10 sporty, where a GTI might be 9 out of 10, and you want to get better MPG, and you want to be able to drive it up to 81 miles an hour on electric power alone, this is a great car. The only thing is, it's slightly overshadowed by the fact the new one is more powerful and has a bigger battery, so it can go further on electric power. But yeah, this is just a Golf. That means it's not going to get on your nerves. It's refined at motorway speed. There's not much road noise, tyre roar, wind noise. The view out is really good. And it's also just nice driving a car that's a hatchback. It doesn't feel too big, and you're not going to be worried about dinging it in car parks. But anyway, let's head back to the Forest of Justice for a full sum up on the GTE. Good ting, excellent. It's not what it stands for. So it's no Golf GTI then, the GTE. It's just too heavy and that 1.4 is a bit thrashy. But if you can look past that, it does fit nicely into Volkswagen's family of warmish hatchbacks. It looks a bit GTI-ish, it looks more sporty than the rest of the Golf range, and it's still fast as well. Now, on the downsides, the new version can go a lot further on a charge, but that does make this version a bit of a bargain. It looks premium, it does all the golfy things just as well as it needs to. It is a bit of a shame that boot's smaller though, and it's not going to excite you like a GTI will. But if you want a plug-in hybrid, you can charge at home or at work, this will cut your fuel bills quite nicely. If you've liked this video, well done. I froze my head off to deliver it to you, but thank you for watching. Like it if you liked it, subscribe to the Motorpoint YouTube channel. Go down to the comments and tell me whether you would have a GTE, a GTI, a Golf R, or the correct answer, which is a Lamborghini Huracan Storato. Thank you, goodbye.